Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Okay, so that was a clap on. So let's do this. Yeah, you, Winnie, are going to go find out whether or not he's still on the Citadel. So you're gonna have to make me a check to find that out. What method do you want to use to do so?
I don't know. What methods are there, Scott? Can I ask people or can
Yeah.
I look them up on the internet?
Yeah, you can try to check the extranet to see if somebody because he's technically a person that's decorated, technically significance here. You could
Okay.
use Connect to try to ask people that you know, and so on and so forth. There's a bunch of talk to literally walk up and have conversations with people.
Is there an illegal way to find out people are entering and leaving the Citadel space? Can I do that?
Absolutely, decryption,
Let's do that. Um,
decryption intelligence. And Frank, you're up next. So if you want to start getting ready, how you're going to handle your task. Oh, let me make these rolls visible. I didn't do that for the last portion. You guys rolled a couple of things. Here we go. So you can see those rolls from last time. All right. So with your roll of 9, you go trying to find out whether or not he is still here. Just kind of tapping into, trying to tap into the databases of the coming goes of ships and whatnot. In doing so, you unfortunately were not able to hack in to get that information. It's not like you tripped any you triggered any alarms or anything, or have the firewall coming at you. But you did not find out the information. Do you want to try again or something else?
I mean, I'd probably go to Cattle and be like, Cattle, if you're not busy, I'm trying to do this project. And
Illegal stuff, you say?
Yeah.
Why?
And decryption, of course.
Yeah.
She's going to be able to assist you and give you a +1.
Oh, sweet.
Frank, while they're trying to handle that, what else were you trying to do? Or sorry,
Okay.
how are you handling yours? My apologies.
So, first off, Cracks, walked away when he got the order from the handler. Find out who these two guys worked for. So, he's going to go to the dive bar. The one that, all the scum and mercenaries get recruited at.
Absolutely.
Where they all hang out.
Absolutely.
A hive of scum and villainy.
And does he have, by any chance, a picture of the two guys? Just their faces.
Yeah, actually, Rick was able to pull a decent amount of stuff from them as he was kind of doing file scans and everything. So actually, he can get files on those people, like basic information stuff, as well as pictures, and send them to you.
Oh, in that case, that's very easy. Just like on the human colony, he's gonna go up to the bartender.
Yep.
Put 50 credit chips on the table.
This bartender is actually a Drell.
Same plan of assault. Put 50, 50 on, and he says, "Oh damn, I don't remember lore-wise. They're basically slaves of willing
not
slaves
slaves.
of the Hanar, right?
They're
They're
grateful
slaves.
for being rescued from their dying planet.
They're sort of like a
Right.
vassal race.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly, because they're grateful, but that doesn't incorporate every single solitary one of them. But that is almost all of them are effectively that. Yes.
Yeah. So he puts the 50 on. I almost said 50 quid. That's definitely not the right currency.
No.
50 quid, governor. Puts the 50 down, slides it across with the picture of one of the guys.
Mhm.
And just says, I need to know who this guy worked for.
He looks at the picture and looks at the 50 credits and looks at you and says, "Sorry, I can't recall."
How much? I unfortunately don't have time.
He's like, he points to the the credits, like he taps them, and then you can see he kind of holds out his hands, holds out 5 fingers, and holds out 5 more.
He pulls out 10.
Like 10 things of 50,
Yeah,
like 500 credits.
like 500 credits.
Okay. And puts it on the bar as well, and he's like, Oh yeah. I'm familiar with that. Takes the credits and grabs a bottle of liquor and hands it to you as though you were like purchasing that bottle of liquor. He's like, I do recall seeing him come in here. He came in here with two others. Came in here with a woman. She was built larger than even he was, and another man as well. Smaller, quick, had an eye for the room.
There were only 2 people that Hunter killed or wounded, right?
Correct, and the person that you pointed at, as well as the woman that was described. Oh, because you were talking about them, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
There were hires. So he more or less just described the 3 hires. He's like, the 3 of them came in together. I know that for a fact.
He nods and. Did you get any whispers who they're working for? Because I need to inform their employer.
Unfortunately,
changes.
I have no idea who they were working for, and from what I understand, if the extranet is right, 2 of them can't exactly be asked anymore either. However, I thought somebody had mentioned where the other one was staying, but my memory is just not as good as it used to be.
He puts another 100 down.
100 credits.
Yep.
He's like, I know it is in an area near the embassy.
He like puts his hands together and like this. Just goes, look, buddy, I only have 175 left on me.
He gestures towards you like, okay.
So I'll give you everything I have. How about that?
You throw down the 175. I'm actually going to give you talk strength with that one. I got 175 left on me. Then I start playing with blood.
Yeah.
And
Look,
it ain't going to be mine.
well, no, it's more of like, look.
No, I get it. I
don't have.
Okay. So he nods. Like I said, gives this. You drop the rest of the money down. He takes it and he's like, actually tells you the code of the building and even the room number that is his. And he's like, I'm sorry. It's just my memory has been going lately. I have a hard time remembering things. But hey, listen. And he grabs another bottle and hands it to you and says, for the road.
He nods and just says, hey, what's your name?
Trisari.
And
Why do people never have really useful, easy names that you can just write down in a second?
Trisari is
It's
easy.
space.
It's Tresari.
He's a lizard man.
Tresari. And
got
Crax
gills.
nods, slides him his business card, because of course Crax has a business card.
Yep. Okay.
And walks out with the beer and doesn't even say goodbye. Just business card out.
Yep.
Beer.
Perfect. So, it's funny because you guys are mentioning it in chat, but yes, for the record, Drell have 100% perfect recall, where they literally have the ability not to just remember things, to re-experience things. It causes a disease on them as they get older. They start losing the ability to stop themselves from falling back into memories, or if they go through times of depression.
Which is what happened to Thane.
Which happened to Thane. They also start to as they get older, they or if they go through states of depression, they will often spend time in memories because again, it is perfect recall. Meaning, like, let's say it was a delicious piece of chocolate cake that you once enjoyed. They recall it so perfectly they can taste the cake, re-experiencing it as though they were there that first time. So it's cool because they can always perfectly experience. The bad news is they're not making new memories when they're experiencing old ones. It's actually very dangerous to kind of like fall into this like meditative hole that they can fall into. But yeah, so that was kind of like the joke.
Fucking love Drell. They're awesome.
Drell are a really, really, really cool race.
They're like one of my favorite races.
The issue is that they almost
They're so cool, they have to be rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe I don't even think I have them as a playable race for the next.
I think you do. Well, you have them as a rules.
Do I?
You've done the rules.
Oh, yep. No, I do have a
So,
playable
yeah,
race.
Because
Yeah.
you really wanted me to play a Drell if Crax died. I remember.
That's right. Yeah. Cold-blooded, superior reflexes, and perfect recall. Yep. Okay. Nope. I do have the rules for a Drell character to be played. All right. Moving on. So, you get the information. You find out exactly where the third person, the living one, or at least the not arrested one, was staying that was working for the same person. Do you head straight there, or do you head back to your crew?
Oh, shit. Because the handler gave him a specific objective of find out who these guys work for. He's going to go to the hotel.
Okay, that's cool. So,
Alright, good luck, buddy.
So, Rick, if you want to roll me that decryption check, that don't forget you have all your abilities, and she's giving you a +1.
Yeah, I can use the black box for that, right?
Technically,
the-
yes.
the
Yeah.
black
Yep.
slab?
Absolutely. That gives you an additional +1.
Fuck yeah, that's a +5.
Holy fuck! Jesus.
And I'm
you roll
not using
3d6.
Omnigel for it, because I don't think I can.
No. Not for this. Wow.
Wow.
Wow, you rolled very blah and have an awesome result. Okay, so you actually got a little bit higher than her, which is exactly what I needed. And you find out actually that you're able to find out like the names of the people and the ships that they're on and everything. So you do actually find out which ship had him listed as, because of course like ships have like the captain of the ship labeled, as well as certain other peoples that are on it, especially if they're peoples of note. You're actually able to find out that which ship he was on, and of course it was an Alliance vessel, like an actual Alliance military vessel that he flew in on, and it was actually called the SSR Carmine.
He got his own ship.
So while we're working on this, Winnie would just kind of be like, "So, Cattle, who is this Asari that we're working for now? Who's giving us orders that we've never met
I
before?"
believe she is affiliated with Entourage.
You believe so?
I'm pretty sure. As in, like, almost entirely dead certain.
I don't
They
want to
mentioned
be
that-
rude, but it's not very like you to take direction from someone that you don't know and that you just believe is tangentially related to one of our crew members.
Well, here's the thing. They mentioned being in the loop about me, about what we were doing. So, I assume that Entourage might have loyalties that lie not necessarily elsewhere, but they might be related. And in this case, that person was able to assist us and get her out of a bind. So I figured that in return for that, we could at least get her the information that she desired. It might lead us to more beneficial things in the future. I also believe, from the way that they were speaking, that they were the person, or at least the organization, that provided us with this meeting to begin with. Which is the only reason why I'm really trusting them so far.
Okay. It's just like words like might, believe, and probably are all very up in the air. And I just want to make sure that we're okay in this.
It's healthy to be cautious. Don't worry.
Okay.
I too am still paranoid. It's a good trait to have if you want to survive out here.
I think you might be rubbing off on me, Cattle, and I don't really appreciate that.
He just rubs her shoulder gently, like, you'll learn. It's fine.
And that's all.
So anyways, you guys are finished like hacking in, find out that information, everything you want to do. Entree, what were you working on?
I didn't have a job. I was told to leave. So she said she would handle getting Tremi here. I would also be contacting Tremi. Just I would be like, back urgently. We're leaving now. And I'll probably tell her, like, I had to communicate with her, like, the plan that I imagine we would go somewhere else, like another nearby planet, maybe leave me there while you do stuff on the Citadel. Maybe. But that's like a maybe. But like, I'd basically give her like, okay, we're gonna go here, and like a nearby-ish planet where we probably won't get. Like, I might know, or maybe the handler tells me, or somewhere where we can sit for a bit at the very least.
Piss off for a little while. All right, cool. So you get Tremy there, get Tremy together, get kind of like just get your research, everything all put together of where it is that you might want to go, if they need to come back here. But honestly, like you said, most of the things that you need to take care of, you could probably do elsewhere.
Well, if they're, the hunting they're doing, but yeah, like buying ship parts and things. I'm looking for like used car dealerships in space, that sort of thing.
Yeah, cool. Cool. All right, so we're going to push that aside. Cracks! You make your way over to where the embassies are, and over to where the rooms, like with a tower of various non-embassies. So usually, like they're like an embassy person's an ambassadors. My apologies, where they're like associate. My brain just doesn't have words today. I'm so sorry. Where they're not associate, not like a bitch person that walks around with the PDA and helps you out. Assistant. Oh my god, I could not think of the word assistant. Literally the word assistant. I got associate, but not assistant. Wow. So, anyways,
I call myself a bitch person.
Jesus. So yeah, like an intern kind of person. So the assistant, where the assistants would be to help out. This is where they would stay, or where their families would stay, or something like that. Kind of in the nearby area. Sometimes other people have medium profile, but not the actual ambassadors. So this is one of the towers of rooms that you go to. You find out what floor that they're on, and even what room that they're in. So you're making your way. So do you kind of like, what's your plan here? Just go into the tower, up to the floor, and knock on their door.
Going. If nobody stops, he's going up. He's knocking on the door.
Earth embassy?
No, well, I mean, this is a tower of a whole bunch of different peoples that live here. So, because this is not specific, it's near the embassies.
Embassy.
Yeah, it's near the embassies. Yeah.
So I just feel like maybe a Krogan walking into a human embassy might just be like a bad situation.
Yeah.
It's,
So,
I mean, he's going off on his own. If he dies,
I don't think the Krogan have an embassy here, do they?
No.
Yeah, the Krogan don't have an embassy here. That's funny. All right, so making your way up there, and so do you just like go legit knock on his door? Do me a favor. Roll me a perception wisdom with a -2. Frank's like, oh, 2 6s. I got a 3.
Should I use?
They recognize you. They start firing.
Wisdom -2. -2. I feel like I should use luck, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
This is when we find out that the Drell had been told to contact him if someone asked. But also, the Drell was like, well, I might as well play both sides, get the most
By the way,
points.
Either that or a human was just sitting right next to him, just chugging and PDAing like heck when he left.
So you go making your way over to the area, and you knock on the door. And as soon as you knock on the door, as a bullet comes flying through the door at you.
Let me make my attack roll because I was waiting for you.
So I'm actually going to use an assault rifle, and I'm going to make it's going to be a burst fire. So assault rifle with a burst fire. Let me make sure this is good. Dex is good. No, Dex is not good enough. There.
Almost like people might be suspicious if your friends just got killed in the Presidium.
All right, here we go. Going to do a burst fire on you, sir.
Alien shows up.
And it's a nat 20. 50 points of damage.
Oh, that'd be awful. Because burst does it.
Yeah, it's not fun when it happens to you. I can tell you that from experience.
I actually had a situation happen to this in a different game I ran before, where you like open the door, boom, crit, you die.
You take the hit.
Off.
So, because burst does +2 chance to hit, +2 damage, which is super nice. 12 points of damage. It's all against your shields, though. So it's like, and the bullets come flying through the door, hitting your shields. Your shields are able to block them, but clearly you need to roll initiative now.
Oh, I forgot to take my token.
That's okay. That's okay, because we're not using that anyways.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they got a 9.
Okay, so as soon as that happens, as soon as that happens, you actually roll me a perception wisdom check really quickly, because there's like holes in the door now, so like there's a little bit of chance of hearing or seeing.
9.
9. So you actually you hear like shuffling going on in there, and you hear like a bang bang bang, like a light bang 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 of like something against the of metal against like the floor or whatever. And you kind of like peek in the doorway, and then you see like sitting on the ground, like he clearly tossed like right in front of the door for in case you opened it, a grenade. So it was one of those like if you had not rolled, you could have just opened the door and had a grenade blow up in your face. But luckily for you, you had seen it with your 9. So he did that and then turned and like booked it.
Oh, damn. Cracks is
So like
going
within
to
the
shout,
apartment, of course.
like immediately be like, just don't go out the window. Look, I'm a Krogan. I'm heavily armed. And he starts like listing off what he has. I have 2 demo charges, 6 grenades. If I want it, you dead. Do you want this beer or not?
So it was one of those like while he's sitting there kind of like rattling and talking or whatever, all of a sudden the explosion finally goes off. Yeah. And so now
Actors have really
But there's a door in
given
the
up
way,
letting
so.
us monologue in recent turns on false pretenses. It's almost like every
Bullshit.
NPC in every game has got self-aware.
so you are rattling off your things. And the explosion happens because, of course, the explosion happens. And so you go to open the door.
Well, the explosion went off. There is no door.
Well, I mean, the door's made out of metal. It's bent
Oh,
to
in that case,
shit.
okay.
You know what I mean? So it's going to be a little difficult.
Crash just like looks around, looks specifically at the camera because it's a fucking hotel. There's always a camera. He just like does the it wasn't me face.
He tries to shrug, but his little arms are...
Aw.
But he's still not drawing any weapons,
Sure.
and he just pulls the door down.
Sure. That's going to be exert strength check for me, please.
Strength.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you open the door. Yes. I was like, this is going to be tough. This is going to be a 10. No, you rip the door open. No problem. They kind of like bend it at points to get it out of the way. And you get it open so it's perfectly wide for you. Because of you looked at the camera, you shrugged, and you start ripping open the door and looking in. As you open the door, you hear glass shatter from like one of the other rooms
He
inside
shouts,
there.
"I told you not to jump out the window."
Well, all you heard is glass shatter so far. And now, because as you shout, you're like, I told you not to jump out the window. You see rolling across, like it's kind of like comes flying through the doorway, but like low to the ground, and then kind of rolls across a little bit more. Another grenade is sitting there. Like he clearly tossed a grenade, probably to hold you back for a bit. And then you hear some more shuffling over in the area. You hear some crunching of glass. Roll me a perception check.
I like how Cracked is just not the aggressor here at all. I got a 1.
Okay. So what do you do on your turn?
Cracked is still waiting in the hallway. He's like, "Look, can I come in? Can we talk? I have a feeling you're being a
Do you
little
have an open
hostile."
door policy? I mean, you do now, but...
I saw that grenade. It's going to go off in right about...
Boom! Big explosion. Destroys a whole bunch of shit inside the apartment that's all around it. Kicks up a bunch of dust and stuff like that. But luckily you're well outside the blast
sprinklers
radius.
gone off?
And Cracked is- I appreciate your enthusiasm.
That's
I'm
weird.
not here to fight.
No response.
Cracked is going to punch the wall.
There's
Just like-
there's a dent in the wall.
Yeah.
T-Rex time.
Duh. Look, I'm sure you heard that. I'm sure there's a bulge on your other side. You already know I would have won this fight. You can point your gun at me, but can we talk?
No response.
You son of a bitch. And he just walks in.
You walk in and you look around. As I said, and when you finally turn the corner and you go over to like where you heard the broken glass or whatever happened, you see the broken glass is kind of around everywhere. You look out the window and you see that because enough time has passed because you were sitting there kind of talking to yourself for a while. He's almost done hang gliding all the way down to the ground. Like he had jumped out the window and like like a hang glider, kind of like came out of the back of his suit, like a semi parachute, and he's actually almost at the ground, and so he's a good distance from you from where he is, because you're up in the tower and he's down below. And
How high is it?
I mean, from where you are right now, about 200 meters.
Oh, I should survive that. I'm joking.
600 feet.
Please try it.
Yeah, he actually is going to shout towards the guy. Look, I'm just going to leave my business card here.
No response.
And, just like he goes to the kitchen table that's probably like all torn up. There's smoke everywhere. And he just puts his business card, cracks Clanstrag mercenary, and like his phone number at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And he just... Actually, he's going to rummage around the room. Just to see if he can find any useful information.
Absolutely. So you rummage around the room, and you can see that the room was actually already, like, when you finally get to a room that hasn't been destroyed by grenades and stuff like that, you can see that the room is actually, the place was already a bit disheveled. Like, it was very quickly packed up and ready to leave. Unfortunately, they didn't take everything, but the stuff that was left behind was stuff like clothing. You know what I mean? Nothing of significance that you can tell with a quick rummage. But why don't you roll for me a perception intelligence check, because that's searching.
Natty 12. You find his underwear. It has his name in it.
Oh, I really want to use a luck.
And the
Could be,
skid stain.
Information.
It has a
right?
Cerberus logo at the crotch. It's
It
very...
has a Rockwell in it.
What was it? Because I'm
Wow.
looking and I can't find it.
Intelligence, perception.
And oh, there it is. I had to look for fucking perception. Hey, look, I'm gonna get -1 on this. It's a 3. Krax is not good at this.
You search around and you don't find anything noteworthy. You don't find even like a single, weapon sitting around, or any notes or anything. Just, again, some clothing that was left behind.
Krax is now just... He spent like 2 extra minutes. The guy's probably on the ground by now. He's just gonna take the elevator down and see if he can chase the guy. It's a little late, but he's gonna at least try.
So,
Oh wait, no, he's gonna go to the front desk and ask who had this room. What's their name?